is Alex. I have an Instagram and YouTube Love Sugar Show. So thank you for taking your time for doing the interview.
Course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Love having new guests and learning more about music. Always a fun time.
Yeah.
So the first question that I ask anyone that I ever interview is, how's everything going? Not just in your music life, but also your personal life as well.
Um, Honestly, I feel like I'm definitely in no position to complain.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Work is very flexible, which I'm very lucky to have that because if work was not the way it is, then I definitely wouldn't have time to be doing like all the band stuff that we have to do or that I want to do.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, I'm coming up on a year living in my new place by myself. And I feel like crazy because it's been almost a year and I still haven't put up like anything on the wall. I just like I'm scared to put holes in the wall and I can't commit. So yeah, other than music, that's pretty much what goes on.
Yeah, I also see you have two fur babies in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, they went somewhere else. But like all the interviews that I've done, they've been in the call, so
Yeah.
yeah, I
They
love
want,
them.
they want like just a second to be like, okay, hi, okay, we're out now.
Yeah. Sometimes oh my God, if my black one, if he was doing now what he was doing last night, we would have a problem. He was going nuts. His shenanigans were driving me crazy.
So he's the wild one then.
He's just more playful, but it never gets like out of hand. He's a very good listener.
Well, that's good for a cat, especially.
Yeah.
So I want to dive into this album. This album really has like a kind of, it feels like a living and breathing story, almost like you're kind of taking a walk through different types of emotions. What do you want
Yeah.
listeners to take away when they listen to the album?
Um, I really wanted to create like an immersive like journey, I guess, more than a story. So like the lyrics are all like personal to me and like my bandmates. Like they all have like more specific meaning to us, but uh they're all like I feel like I tried to write generally enough to leave it up to interpretation. So I just hope that if anything they walk away with some sense of comfort uh because maybe uh they feel like they're not hopefully they feel like they're not alone with their feelings.
So is it meant to be kind of like an emotional journey from like the start all the way to the end?
Yeah.
So like kind of I don't know, when I listened to it, it's like I went through so many different emotions. It started out, just kind of like, okay, this is cool, kind of like an introduction, and then toward the middle, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like different emotions. So I just kind of felt like a trip that I was taking. A good trip. I took
Yeah.
it several times, but
Yeah, well that's like that's what I wanted. So there's like with the in regards to like the different emotions to me, the way that it took form is like we didn't intend this like when we were writing, but it just kind of like happened this way that there's like three different segments on the album. So like the first two like whole songs are Wisteria and Pyro, and those are like the um like I guess politically or like social and like politically charged songs. Um, but again, like I really wanted to keep those lyrics like very general, uh, without like picking a side. Like I wanted it to be so that like everybody could relate to the things that I was saying, not just like one side or another.
Mhm.
So there's that, and then it goes into like the heartbreak section with Forget Me Not and Dahlia. That's more like uh internal heartbreak with Forget Me Not, and then like external like heartbreak caused by like external forces.
Mhm.
Um and then it transitions with Lily into the loss segment with Asphodel and Magnolia.
Yeah, that's kind of the emotions that I went through as well. Like, and like that's why I mentioned it's like a walk through every emotion. You're like, okay, this is cool, and you're like, okay, now we're going through different emotions as we go along. So that was
Yeah,
really cool how it was kind of set up.
thank you.
So if the album was just a single flower, which flower do you think represents it the best?
Oh man. Oh no.
I know there's so
Wow,
many.
that's a really good question. Oh, that's a really hard question. Uh, it's so hard because like every song is like written to be like distinct. But I mean, I guess like for the sake of answering the question, I guess I have to say Dahlia just because it's like it's kind of like a spooky looking flower, and like uh we're about like the spookier vibes, and uh I mean I feel like it doesn't really show too much on this album, but I definitely want to get like spookier and darker in the future. So, and also Dahlias come in like all different colors, like
Hmm.
all different shapes and colors, but they're all kind of, I guess, a little spooky, but some are brighter in a spooky way than the darker ones that are just straight up spooky. So I hope that answers the question. Man, now I'm gonna be thinking about that. That's a really good question.
I mean, it's fine. It's just going to be on the internet forever. So, but what was the hardest song for you to put together on this album?
Oh, definitely Pyro. God, that song was like, it was just so grueling to write because it was just very hard to come up with like cool like vocal parts, and like I struggled a lot with the lyrics too because like I it was the that was the first song of like that kind that I've ever like written, because like before we had like Dream Travel was really easy. Wisteria was harder. I thought that Wisteria was hard, but then I wrote Pyro and I realized that taking 3 months to write a song is actually not a long time, because with Pyro it took me a year to be satisfied with it. And even still now, sometimes I hate that song.
Is there anything that you would change about it or anything that would make you like it more?
At this point, we recorded this album two 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and I definitely feel like I've improved since then.
Mhm.
So I would just like to get like a better performance, I guess. Um, I mean, I don't hate it all the time. I mean, it's one of those things where like we did it, it's done, and now I just kind of want to move on and make something like newer and fresher.
Mm.
Um, it always like at shows, people seem to like that song a lot when we play it live, but I honestly hate playing that song live. My drummer Caleb feels like the same way.
Mhm.
So we've taken it out of the set for the time being, but we had one of our friends at a show was like, "Are you playing Pyro tonight?" And we're like, "No, not tonight."
Have you thought about maybe changing it during the live show so that it can be like a fresher, newer version of it?
Um, Maybe perhaps in the future. We were talking about possibly trying to shorten it because it's kind of a long song, but like each part is like so different. Like there's no really like repeating parts, so it's kind of hard to decide what to take out. Um, but for now, we're just not playing it. But maybe in the future we'll feel inspired to do it better live. At this point, I would just like to play songs that we enjoy
Yeah,
playing live more.
versus judging it like, okay, that song's coming,
Yeah.
let's get it over with.
Yeah, and it's tiring too because it's just so much screaming. And by the time I have to start singing, I'm like so winded
Hmm.
from like everything before that it's just kind of like the whole set feels easier when we don't play that song
Yeah.
for me.
Well, that definitely makes sense for sure. So I want to talk about the song Forget Me Not. It hits really hard emotionally. That was definitely one of the songs that like stood out for me, especially when you have like the soft piano, which was really pretty, like at the
Thank you.
beginning. How did it feel recording that song?
Oh, well, that's my favorite song. I love that song so much. It was kind of it was tough, but I feel like instead of focusing more on like the emotional performance, I was getting very in my head about like uh how I sounded. And I have footage, like I was trying to take like documentary footage, like during the recording process, but I never like posted any of it because it just turned out to be like bad quality. So unfortunately, I don't think that we can use any of that footage, but from looking back, I was it took me a long time to get takes or like to do takes that I was happy with.
Hmm.
Especially like the softer singing in the verses. It took a lot of time to uh get it right. Um yeah, I mean I probably should have been more like emotionally in the moment, but I don't know. I was just focusing. I felt like I was focusing on the wrong things, but
Hmm.
I think it still turned out good. The chorus is like my favorite part of the whole album. I love that chorus.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a really pretty song and I love piano and anything. So and the vocals and everything, it really mixed well together. So
Thank you.
that's why I was just asking, how did you feel about recording it? Because it definitely feels like there's like heart and soul in that song. Like you can hear it.
Well, actually, it was scary, like emotionally to sing that song and not necessarily record it, but like come to terms with the fact that we were gonna like release such a vulnerable song.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I love that song so much, and if we did the album again, it definitely would be on the album. Like I don't regret releasing it. Um, and for the piano, we I had help from my friend Justin from Gloomchild because he used to produce with us. So I figured out like I had the left hand, um, and then he like did all the magic with the right hand, and then uh, I learned it. So hopefully one of these days we can bring the piano out and play that song live. I can't wait. But
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm scared to play piano on stage.
I think once you do it once or twice, it becomes way easier.
I'm so scared of messing up.
The good news is most people don't care and they don't even notice. So that's like the good part about playing
I
live.
don't know. I mean, if there was like instruments happening, then maybe if I made a mistake, it could like kind of not be noticed, but it's literally the intro is literally just piano, so I feel like so much pressure to make sure it's perfect.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like you care, which is a good thing because you want to put on a
Yeah.
good show for
Well,
everyone.
I definitely don't want to suck.
Probably a good thing. I mean, it might make it memorable though, because live is, the only time where those things can happen. So,
I guess so, but I'd rather be perfect. I'd be so embarrassed, man.
well, if it's Halloween, you can always wear a mask and no one will. So, how does kind of like the creation process start when you're like with this album? Like, did it start with a riff? Does it start with lyrics?
The writing process for each song was like so different. Like we don't stick to um like a writing template. It literally the situation was different for each song.
Mhm,
Uh so I mean I guess Forget Me Not, for example. Let's see. Um I'm trying to remember. I think I started that song with the piano part. Um, and then I worked on it with Justin, and that's when he like helped me with the piano stuff. And I think I had like some lyrics too, and then Travis uh like added the guitar stuff. Oh wait, no. Justin wrote some guitar stuff, like the chuggy stuff.
mhm,
Um, and then Travis came up with the riff that I love, the that he did that, and then I think Travis helped a lot with the drums too. Like I think like usually Caleb is like very specific about his drum parts, but I think he didn't have like a whole lot of ideas for that song, and Travis really helped like uh with like the cymbal placements and stuff.
mhm.
I remember Caleb saying that Travis really helped for that. So, yeah. And then the vocals I wrote I finished them. And the structure was something that we spent like a lot of time on. Like I think we really wanted to do like an interesting song structure. So like the way it is, it's like piano intro and then like piano and vocals and then like I guess intro verse type thing and then instrumental chorus and then verse, which there's like two parts to the verse and then like a little pre-chorus thing and and then chorus with vocals and then solo. It's the only solo on the album. And
Mhm.
then so that's kind of like the, well, actually, no, it's not a bridge. So solo and then outro.
So it sounds
And
like
then,
each song has like a different creative process depending on which song it was.
yeah, it really did. That's why it's like it's so hard to answer that question. Like, um, it's easier to answer for like specific songs.
So it kind of just sounds like you guys kind of took the approach of, whatever happens, happens, and it kind of all came together.
Yeah,
That's a good way to do it. There's no pressure that way.
I mean, we still felt pressure, but uh, I was just like really pleased with how it all came together like very cohesive.
Mhm.
And I'm not really an album person. Like I don't, when I listen to music, I don't normally listen to albums like start to finish, but for some reason, I really wanted to make an album that people like you have to listen to it from start to finish to appreciate it.
Yeah, and like I listened to the album a few times. I think it's great. Like I said, it's like an emotional journey, which I appreciate.
Thank you.
Is there a reason that you chose flowers for this album?
Um, It was an idea that I had for a while, like before we decided to go with the flower thing, because we were gonna do something like completely different. But then like we had a couple songs like Wisteria and Magnolia. Um and Magnolia was already named Magnolia, but Wisteria was under like another working title at the time. But we were thinking that they should be like part of the same project. So it was Caleb who suggested that we just make this EP the flower one. Uh, and then the EP turned into like technically a full-length album because I guess 7 songs is considered an album. So the goal was not to write an album. Like it was gonna be an EP with just like a few songs, but
Mhm.
then like the songs that we wrote uh all had a place on Affliction in Bloom, so it just turned into an album.
Yeah, so it kind of sounds like a happy accident. Like you had one goal in mind and then you're like, okay, there's an album now. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Looking back, I've been thinking about this like so much lately that I wish that we had released these songs like as singles and spent more time on like each individual song. Like I feel like that would have been much better for growth and like just spend a bunch of money that we don't have and do a music video for each song and like just content, lots of content for each one. Uh, but yeah, we have an album, so I mean we did a couple singles. We did Wisteria
Mhm.
and Dahlia, but I would if we could do it again, I would have done it. I would have done things differently.
Yeah. So since we're on the flower theme, what's a flower that you didn't use, but you may want to build a song around in the future?
Oh. Oh man, I can't think of the name right now. 'Cause it honestly it was hard like finding names
Yeah.
um because like a lot of flowers look like so beautiful, but some of the names are just dumb. So it was really hard. Um mm, I
There's
really
also
don't.
a ton of flowers too, and I feel like most people don't know the names of a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can't really think of one right now, but I guess we'll find out in the future if we do like a deluxe version with like a new flower song. That would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an idea.
Yeah.
So I know you
Mm.
mentioned like a few things you wish you would have changed, like spent more time on the songs and like videos, released them as singles. Is there any like thing on the album itself that you would have done differently, like for a song, like maybe made it shorter, longer, add some more drums, more vocals?
Um, I didn't the asphodel breakdown is kind of like a funny thing for us. Like I I feel like it's kind of a low point on the album. Uh like we when we talk about it with each other, we say that it's so okay. Um I don't know. I just feel like I couldn't think of anything cool for it and I kind of think that that song I feel like maybe a breakdown wasn't the way to go. I feel like maybe we could have done like something different, but I'm not sure what. Maybe
Yeah.
like maybe a softer part. I don't know.
So there's something you're just not sure exactly what it would be. But it would be
Yeah, I was trying to come up with the cool part and I was just like laying on the couch with my laptop like trying to write some cool lyrics with like my hands like over my head like this. And our producer Logan found me like that. He's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." I was trying so hard and I don't know. I feel like I couldn't come up with anything cool.
I mean, there's an album, so there's something. So, did you have any weird or cool stories that you could share from the recording process or the creative process?
Weird stories.
Yeah, or cool stories, just something fun to share.
Um, there's one thing that comes to mind. It doesn't really have to do with like us in the studio physically, but this happened like while we were uh like working on the album. So like we used to go to Logan's house to like track and like work on the album and we we left to get food. Um and we got in the car and we could see into the neighbor's window and I was like looking and they had something on the TV and I was like, is that what is that? And it, I thought it was like I thought it was something, but then I was like I thought it was like a horror movie. Like it looked like a clown, but then it was like unmistakably they were they were watching adult videos with the windows open and I was like, oh, they're they're watching porn in there. And Logan and Travis were both looking and they were like, "Oh my God, they are." So, yeah, that was kind of a funny story
Well,
that
at least you know
happened
they
from
get 'em-
that time.
at least they know what to get them for Christmas, right?
Well, he doesn't live there anymore. So,
That's a good
but
thing.
yeah.
So, is there anything that you'd want to say to fans or anyone interested in listening to this album for the first time?
Um, just I guess listen to it from start to finish. And I hope that it provides some comfort uh, and know that you're not alone with your feelings.
Very true. I think a lot of us need that right now, especially with the state the world is in. So,
Definitely, especially Wisteria and Pyro.
mhm.
I hope that people can find comfort in those songs.
And for anyone watching this interview, everything will be linked down below. So it makes it really easy for you guys to kind of like listen to the music. The cool thing is the album's already out, so you don't have to wait on it,
All streaming services, yeah, all streaming services.
which makes it super easy nowadays because everyone is at least subscribed to at least one or multiple.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for taking your time for doing this interview.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Well, awesome. Take care and happy Halloween.